Exclusive contract novel from Feilu Novel Network. I am a food hunter in the world of navigation, coming to the world of pirates. With the captivating ability of bringing delicious food, you can become stronger by tasting delicious food. There is no fun to be a food hunter when it comes to being a pirate, and from then on, Bligh has embarked on a carefree food show in the pirate world. Shuishui meat, Dinosaur Meat, Braised Octopus, Capu's Xianbei, Warring States rice cake, Tenghu's noodles, Blackbeard's cherry pie, Chopa's cotton candy. As long as Bligh wants to eat, there's nothing he can't get. Grab what he can't get. Of course, first exclude the demon fruit. Top of the war? A reporter asked. At this tense moment, as the Marshal of the Warring States period and the top capable general, does Lord Bligh have anything to say? Bligh. It's so tiring to fight. Why don't you all come and taste this century-thick soup? Navy reporter. A group of pirates. A group of navies. World audience. After a moment. The warring parties. One by one, they lay contentedly on the ground, caressing their round bellies. Lord Bligh's food is really delicious. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. One Piece World. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Thief, do you want to play with me like this? Okay, I admit I love watching One Piece, but there's really no need to throw me in directly, right? Bligh looked up at the sky in silence, wanting to cry without tears. Coincidentally on the weekend, he leisurely rested at home, with the small air conditioning blowing in the little two legs crossed, listening to music, drinking milk tea, and reading the latest update of One Piece's manga, not knowing how nourishing it was. But I didn't expect that the computer chair bought with more than 1,000 soft sister coins was so unproductive. He just changed his sitting position, and the computer chair suddenly broke up, causing his back head to hit the ground, and he passed out in a coma. When he woke up again, he had already arrived in this world, possessed by a 7-year-old boy named Bligh, who also had an adoptive father named Warring States. The name Warring States is certainly not unfamiliar to Bligh. Brilliant words such as Zhiyuan, giant Buddha, Navy Marshal, and so on, are all used to highlight this name, but Bligh still wants to say but. But this Nima is clearly a person from the comic world, okay? Why do you appear by your side? Or your own foster father? It took Bligh several days to admit that all of this was not a dream, but that he had truly come to the world of One Piece. His adoptive father, the Warring States, was truly the famous naval marshal in One Piece. The Buddha Warring States. However, the Warring States period has not yet become a naval marshal, but one of the only two naval generals today, known as the Wise General, and together with the Black Wrist, Zifa, they are the strongest naval forces. Of course, there is actually one, but that one does not want to become a general himself. In terms of time, there are still more than 20 years left until the beginning of the main plot of One Piece, which is about Luffy going out to sea. Thinking of his bizarre experience, Bligh couldn't help but think of a word. Yi Gong how long? Not bad, he really likes the One Piece, but that doesn't mean he really wants to be thrown into this world. The world of the One Piece is indeed passionate and exciting, but it is also full of endless danger and unknowns. Compared to the rule of law society in previous lives, this world is too dangerous. For those who can easily destroy cities, ordinary people are like ants, waving their hands to destroy them. Even the aftermath of any battle may be the end of the world for ordinary people. It's like a person accidentally stomping on a bug while walking. They don't even know they've stomped on a bug, and this is no longer simply measurable in terms of good or evil. Ordinary people in this world are just those bugs. At the age of 7, Bligh is undoubtedly just an ordinary person. Even if his adoptive father is a great naval general named Smart General during the Warring States period, it cannot change the fact that he himself is powerless. Therefore, from the bottom of his heart, Bligh is worried about his unexpected arrival. You should know that the family of another naval admiral, Zifa with a black wrist, lost all their lives in retaliation against the pirates. If encountering the same situation, Bligh doesn't think he can be spared. God knows if there will also be people who want to retaliate against the warring states period and find themselves. If they really encounter them, they won't even have time to cry. Damn it, I need to find a way to start practicing as soon as possible. With my cheap father's position in the Navy, I think there shouldn't be a problem if I want to practice, but if I just follow the routine and want to have the ability to protect myself, it's not something that can be achieved overnight. Isn't there any shortcut? Bligh frowned in some distress. As he thought about it, he picked up a sizzling golden roasted meat from the grill in front of him, put it on his plate, and picked up a piece to deliver to his mouth. Let's eat first. This was brought back by cheap dad from the sea, so the taste must be very good. As the adopted son of this naval general in the warring states period, although there were some risks, there were indeed many benefits. At least in terms of clothing, food, housing, and transportation, Bligh doesn't need to worry too much. He definitely enjoys it much more than the vast majority of people in this world. Well, just after going out to sea during the warring states period, I brought a lot of small gifts to Bligh when I returned. At this moment, Bligh was grilling and it was one of them. Hiss like it. A mouthful of meat was put into Bligh's mouth, and it melted upon ingestion, instantly brightening his eyes. This wonderful taste cannot be compared to even the most fragrant and smooth lamb meat. No, at least it's several times more delicious. Just as Bligh was immersed in the wonderful taste of grilled meat, a string of golden words suddenly came to mind, ding dong. Detected that the host is enjoying food, the food system is initializing. Identifying the types of food cells in the host's body. Identifying successfully. The food cells in the host's body originate from the ancient food demon. Gluttony, devouring the heavens and earth, melting everything. Currently, the level of awakening is 0.01%. The initial task has been activated, enjoy 3 types of delicacies, and the task reward is a random low-level food skill. 2 Food system. You are listening at novel full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. 3 Little Loli. You are listening at novel full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. 4 Is the Navy too idle? You are listening at novel full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. 5 Make a feast with Sea King. You are listening at novel full.audio. The source has no content or has errors. 6 Peach Rabbit, Zhiyuan. You are listening at novel full.audio. But that's just for the strong. What if we replace the target with an ordinary person? Even the smallest ones can be tens of meters long, and the larger ones can even be hundreds of meters long. Any one thrown onto the earth in a previous life is no less than a super monster like Godzilla. It's already good for ordinary people not to be scared and have weak legs in front of such super monsters. Do they still want to fight? Stop making trouble. So, Bridget never intended to rely on himself to obtain the meat of the Sea King. But if he can't do it, it doesn't mean that the people he knows can't do it either. Don't forget, he's at least the son of a great general, and there shouldn't be too many people he knows who can beat a Sea King. The only question is who he should turn to for help. Cheap Dad from the Warring States period is definitely the closest person to me, which goes without saying, but my character as a cheap dad is slightly conservative. If he insists on eating Sea Kings for no reason, not only will he not succeed, but he may also have to be taught a lesson by the Warring States period. With his understanding of the Warring States period, this possibility is very high. So the Warring States dad can be eliminated first. Can't find it. What about besides dad from the Warring States period? The second closest person to Blaze is undoubtedly the mischievous big brother, Corallin. However, the current Corralón is only in his teens, far from the strength he had when he went undercover in the Don Quixote family in Dressrosa over a decade later. At that time, although Corralón's rank was only a naval lieutenant colonel, in terms of strength, he was able to easily defeat higher-level figures, so his strength at least reached the level of a general. If it were him at that time, it would have been easy for Blake to catch and kill a few sea kings, but now. Although Blake might have gone to great lengths to try if he made this request, Blake has not yet passed away to this extent. Therefore, Corralón can also be ruled out. After excluding the warring state's father and Corralón, the first thing that came to Bligh's mind was a sweet and smiling figure. "Oh, little Bligh. Why are you here? Come over and let my sister pinch it." The girl with thick black hair and super long legs looked at Bligh with surprise. "Hello, Sister Zhiyuan." Bligh greeted with a bitter face. The girl with long legs seemed to be unable to see Bligh's expression, walked directly to Bligh, bent down, pinched Bligh's little face with both hands, and rubbed it a while. As she rubbed Bligh's little face, the expression of the long-legged girl appeared particularly excited, like a little girl playing with her beloved toy. But Bligh couldn't get rid of these evil claws. He came this time to seek help from the girl with long legs. Moreover, with his little strength, even if he wanted to break free from the girl's claws, it was impossible. Because this long-legged girl has terrifying abilities that completely do not match her sweet appearance. Tautu Zhiyuan, a brigadier general of the Navy headquarters, is a top swordsman in charge of the famous sword Jinpiluo. Although currently only holding the rank of brigadier general, he has comparable strength to a general. At present, it is only a brigadier general, mainly due to being too young and easily criticized by others. Otherwise, at the age of only 19, she would probably be the youngest lieutenant general in the Navy. Even the monster that has been in the limelight lately, Kazan, is not as young as her. Moreover, if Bligh remembers correctly, when the three of Yellow Ape, Red Dog, and Green Pheasant sat on the throne of the Grand General, Peach Rabbit was already a major general and was listed as a backup general. A lieutenant general who can be listed as a substitute general is actually at least a top-level powerhouse at the level of a general, far exceeding an ordinary lieutenant general. This shows how terrifying the strength of this Peach Rabbit is. Although I don't know why I didn't sit in the position of general in the end, it has nothing to do with my strength. However, the original Little Bligh had little idea about this. As he grew up in Marinfando, he had no idea what the outside world was like, even his father's strength in the Warring States period was unclear. He only knew that he was the largest officer in the Navy besides a Marshal. And this terrifying girl, Peach Rabbit, in the eyes of the original Little Bligh, was just a strange sister who loved to pinch her face, often causing the original Little Bligh great distress. Unlike the Green Pheasant who later joined the Navy, Peach Rabbit, Guillaume and Bligh were both Navy children who grew up in Marinfando, so Bligh can be said to have watched her grow up. Teasing Bligh, this little boy, is one of her greatest joys in daily life. "Little Bligh, why did you come to play with me today? It's been a long time since I last saw you. I miss you, so I'll just say it. I'll come and play with you, too." After pinching Bligh's little face, the terrifying long-legged girl Zhiyuan picked him up and sat on the sofa, placing him on her lap and continuing to poke Bligh's face. Zhiyuan's move immediately made Bligh feel a bit overwhelmed. To replace it with the original Bligh, facing this scene should have been just distress, but now he has the soul of an adult. And this terrifying young girl, Zhiyuan, has a devilish figure, especially those amazing long legs, which are simply nosebleeds. 7 long legs. You are listening at novel.Audio. The source has no content or has errors. 8 sets completed. 1. You are listening at novel.Audio. The source has no content or has errors. 9. Assembly completed. 2. You are listening at novel.Audio. The source has no content or has errors. 10 clever methods. You are listening at novel full.audio. The source has no content or has errors.